Okay, hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So on today's video, I am going to show you my prepping process for the B-Day full set that I posted on my Instagram. If you haven't already seen that yet, be sure to go ahead and head over to my Instagram. The link is in the description box. Also, check me out on TikTok because I do post quite a few videos over there as well, and you're the first to see new content. But right here, I'm just pushing back the cuticles with a cuticle pusher. And her cuticles are kind of thick. I hadn't seen her in a long time. So yeah. And then the next step, we're just going to use the needle bit from, which I got them from the Nail Secret. It actually came like in a little kit, but you can find these on Amazon as well. I will definitely leave the link to these down below in the description box, so that way you all can purchase them, because it does come with a few little prepping bits. And when I use this bit, I only work with it on a speed of about 4. Anytime I'm using anything for prep, it's always on a speed of 4. So for this, I'll use it on 4, and then also the mandrel bit with the sanding band, I use it on a speed of 4 on the drill. And the sanding band that I use is a medium grit. It's about 150. You definitely don't want to use coarse, because coarse is just going to be too rough on the natural nail. And while you can use fine, I don't feel like it etches the nail enough. And I feel like with the 150 or the medium grit sanding band, you can etch the nail faster, but also without, if you go on a low speed, you won't damage the nail. And as long as you're not applying too much pressure, you should be fine, because the reality is you're not applying pressure to like thin the nail out. And the same thing with this bit that I'm using right now. Again, you don't want to apply too much pressure. I literally am just going across the nail, and I'm just sitting like it flat to the nail. I'm not angling it up or down to like dig it into the nail or anything like that. I'm just going across. Super simple. And you guys can see like all the dead skin that's coming up off the nail, especially around the back, because if we left it on there, the nails will definitely live. So prep is a huge step into making sure your nails last. And like I said, I'm doing the same thing here, just going in and going around the nail. Also, whenever you're using this, don't like go back and forth or like side to side. Make sure you're picking it up and you're moving it around. So yeah, definitely don't stay in one spot with this, because you can totally burn like your client's nail bed from the friction. So yeah, like I said, definitely be sure to move it around and you'll be good to go. And also, if you're actually really experienced with it, you can kind of use it as well to remove any remaining cuticle that's there. Like, you don't have to like apply a lot of pressure, but you can sort of just let the drill do the work for you, if that makes sense. But yeah, so I'm just gonna let you guys watch from here. Alright, and now that I finished this up, I'm just going to wipe the nails off with a manicure brush. And I did get this from my local nail supply store, but you can go anywhere. You can probably even get these at Dollar Tree. I've seen them there, in case you aren't a licensed nail tech, or you aren't able to go into your nail supply store without a license. So yeah. And then I just sprayed some 70% alcohol on the nails, and then I just went back in with the manicure brush. And honestly, alcohol kind of works as a dehydrator, so I dehydrate 2 different ways. So I use the alcohol to basically cleanse the nail of the dust and dehydrate, and then I also go in with another dehydrator, with like the dehydrator that's from the Valentino Beauty Pure brand, and you'll see that later on. So I'm using their dehydrator and primer today. But for me, alcohol really is just a cleanser for me. I don't use that just to dehydrate. And I'm going in with my KDS Snow Glue, and I'm also using my nail secret tips. It's the easy precision ones, and they're the stiletto shaped. I have them in the stiletto, coffin, and I also have like the ones that are like the classic shape as well. And so for right now, I probably will be a little bit out of frame, but you'll definitely be able to see more when I get to the other hand. Okay, and I've said this before in prior videos, but whenever you're sizing the tip, make sure if it's A, from sidewall to sidewall, B, you want to make sure it lines up with the second knuckle. So for example, if the finger itself is crooked, this will help to prevent the tip from, when you place the tip down, it prevents you from placing it on crooked because you're trying to line it up with the nail, but really you want to line it up with the second knuckle so that it fits the client's shape. And then also, I know I said this before in previous videos about whenever you're using the glue to put it on the like on the well of the tip, these tips don't have a well on them, and honestly that doesn't bother me. However, the only thing that sucks though is when you do try to put the glue on the tip or on the underside of these tips, the glue tends to run down the tip itself and it doesn't stay in one place, especially when I turn it over to place it down the nail. So, but if you do have tips with a tip well, the glue typically sits in the well because there's like a indentation almost on the underside of the tip. So yeah, that's why I don't do that here, but I always make sure I don't have any air bubbles when doing this step. Okay, so although you all didn't see it in the clip before this, I was asking her how long she wanted her nails to be, and I'm just using the straight edge nail clipper to trim the nails down. I used to use the little nail tip cutters, but honestly I do not like those. I could never get like a precise cut, and it took so long to use them, but with this is so fast, quick, and easy. However, another thing I do suggest you use, you can totally use, it's the little clippers. They're like, what did I say? They're the, like the little, not clippers, it's the little scissors, because you can see how you're clipping, but you all can see really good like how well I'm like lining the tips up and then trimming them. So yeah, I want to make sure they're all the same length, and the pinky will be a little bit longer technically than the other nails, but it's going to look the same length as the others. It's all about, whenever you're doing nails, it's all about the visual effect, or the, like, you want to give the nails the illusion that, you know, they're all the same length, even though technically they're not. So yeah, but you always want your middle finger and your pinky to be a little bit longer, because if your middle finger is shorter than the other nails, it's going to look short and stubby, because the middle finger is the longest nail and the pinky is the shortest nail. So just keep that in mind. And the thumbs, although they're kind of shorter than other nails too, they're kind of on a little world of their own, so I wouldn't worry too much about them. And this is a new filing technique that I use. So basically what I do is I take my finger, I think you all can see it, or you should be able to see it when I do the other hand. I basically take my index finger and brace it against the file to make sure that I'm holding the file straight and I'm not bowing it. So that helps me to get a really nice crisp shape, as you all see here. So definitely do that. And then when I said that the pinky is the longest nail, the pinky is the shortest nail and the middle finger is the longest nail, what I mean is that the middle finger is the longest finger and the pinky is the shortest finger. So I don't know if you guys have seen this, but people get like really long nails, and because like the tech, they try to like trim them like right where they cut each nail at, like tip wise individually, instead of like matching them up, putting them beside each other. You ever notice how the pinky nail always looks like so short compared to the other nails, and it looks really weird? This will prevent you from doing that and having that weird look about the nails. So yeah. Okay, now you all should be able to see. Do you see what I'm doing now with the file? So you guys, like, yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. So I'm gonna let you watch, because I've already explained it before, so I don't want to like over explain it, but you all can see, and you see how crisp the shape is already. That's another reason why I really like these tips, because it cuts down on my shaping time, but also they're already kind of like pre-shaped for me anyway. So yeah, it was just great, and it was super easy to do. And yeah, this whole process takes no time at all. I think all in all it took me about 13 minutes and some change to do this part. So yeah. And I just realized I didn't say it earlier, but I'm using an 8080 grit file, and this is from Pana. Honestly, I recommend using the 8080 grit files. I have 100 grit files, and I honestly never reach for them anymore. 8080 gets the job done for me, and I think I'm just going to stick to buying those from now on. I think I've moved on from using the 100 grit files. So yeah, that's what I suggest you use. Okay, and as I mentioned towards the beginning of the video, I'm just using the Valentino Nail Prep Dehydrator, and then I'm going to follow up with the Super Bond. But I hope you all enjoyed the video and you found it helpful, and I will see you guys in the next one. Alright, bye.